Hello everybody, my name is Harold Games and welcome back to NCAA Basketball Imperialism. I believe this is part 13 of this series. We're getting there. We are getting there. My goal for this episode is to get down to where this says 100 entries, 100 teams. I know there's a little bit more than, or a little bit, there should be a little bit less than 100 teams, or probably a little bit less than 100 teams on here, but yeah, that is my goal. And I want to give a big shout out to NattyKash for giving me the, and I'm going to keep doing this throughout this series, but I just want to thank him for giving me the inspiration to create these videos. He's doing really good, and he has a long way, and I'm excited to continue watching his videos. Basically, if you don't know what imperialism is, basically, for a quick rundown, let's say North Dakota State, my wheel lands on North Dakota State, and the arrow lands pointing south. They'll play against the Jackrabbits. And if one of the two whoever wins will take over the other team's land, and will keep their land, and it's vice versa. So that's how imperialism is. See, a lot of teams have expanded, including Gonzaga. They have taken over as a huge powerhouse up here in the mountains. And then down here, Austin, PA had a nice little upset over Vanderbilt. The Gators are starting to take control of Florida. Houston, the Cougars are really starting to take control of Texas. UMass, the Minutemen have taken control of the Northeast so far. But still a lot of teams have yet to play. Let's get right into this one. And this will be my last video for probably a few days. And we're going to get Charlotte, the 49ers, playing first. I think they might have been first last time. But here's Charlotte right here. And I also changed this to being College of Charleston. So this is College of Charleston. I can't remember if I changed it last time, but yeah, there you go. And basically, here's the arrow. We'll spin it. And the 49ers will basically be going north-northeast, which from the logo, that is going to be, from the center of the logo, that's going to be Davidson, no matter what, from the 9. So Davidson, they have a small piece of land. They'll be going up against Charlotte. So if the Davidson can pull off the upset, then they'll get a decent chunk of land to start their run. But yeah, my spring break is pretty much done. I'm flying back to Miami tomorrow. And so tomorrow I'm not going to be recording anything. And I will be tired as it is. Let me make sure that is Davidson. I believe that's Davidson, but I'm just going to make sure, yeah, it's Davidson. Right, yeah. But I'm going to be tired. Not going to want to do it. I'm going to be emotional too, because I'm not going to be back home for another couple months. And Charlotte does take care of business, so they continue to expand in their region. The only team they have, or they still have some teams around them, but the only team they have left in South Carolina is College of Charleston. But nice victory for the 49ers. They will expand slightly north, and Davidson, they are done after 1. Nice little expansion for Charlotte. But yeah, and I'm probably gonna have a lot of work to do when I get back, when I start to get it back in the swing of things for school. So I don't know when the next video is gonna be after this one, which is gonna be going up on Sunday. So just a heads up, in case you don't see some of these videos for a while. I plan as Omaha again, the Mavericks. I plan to do more series of imperialism, like NBA, NFL, MLB, stuff like that. But that's going to take a while, considering we still have a long way to go with this series. But yeah, it's going to be emotional for me, so So that's why I'm not gonna really focus on YouTube when I go back to school. And I'm sure for people who, well, this is Northern Colorado, right? Yeah, Northern Colorado. I'm sure people understand my feeling because it's not the best feeling to leave your family, especially after spending 2 weeks with them. 2 weeks for spring break is rare. I never got 2 weeks for spring break. This is my first might be Nebraska, Omaha. Check Nebraska, Omaha. This was my first oh my gosh. Yeah, Nebraska, Omaha. This was my first spring break. It would consisting of 2 weeks, so I'm happy. I got a long break, but now it's time to really dang it. Now it's time to really dive into my semester. So, kind of like what I mentioned for the okay. Kind of like what I mentioned for my last videos for Christmas break. That's a domination win for Omaha. They continue to move on. They continue to expand. Videos will be scarce. I know, I'm pretty sure I mentioned a few times that I wanted to continue my Red Dead Redemption series. Thing is, no one really watches them, and and I don't have my Xbox anymore that has it. I have it, but I don't have it with me. Or I won't have it with me when I go back to school. So, yeah. Not only that, it's at times it can get boring. I've already been spoiled the story. I got spoiled the story over Christmas break, so not really interested in finishing it. But yeah, that is where I am, and I'm also sad because Northwestern lost. They lost to UCLA. It was a hard fought game, similar to the Gonzaga game. Gonzaga game from what 7 years ago, maybe, where they had the chance, but they just could not quite fight long enough. So congrats to UCLA for moving on to the Sweet 16, but it's an emotional time for me because I struggle with leaving home. You know, especially with flying by myself, it's not the easiest thing. And especially when you're leaving home for a while. So I will not be back in the Chicago area until May 12th, May 13th. And a week after that, I'm going to be going on a storm chasing trip. So, and I will be going with my old community college. And I won't be with my parents for that too, so, and I'm going to be working, so not going to be the easiest years, but that's life. And yeah. But we'll try and get happy here in this episode. Omaha, they continue to expand on their land after beating Northern Colorado. The Mavericks continue to move on. Is Northern Colorado in here? Or not? I'm just going to make sure I'm recording real quick. Okay. So far, I don't think we've eliminated any teams. William and Mary Tribe? I don't know if they are on here, so we will... Oh, come on. This thing gonna load. William and Mary. Okay. Copy. Paste. No result. So let's look up where William and Mary is. William and Mary tribe. Where in the world are they? Williamsburg, Virginia. So Virginia. Wow. Are they even into the college or the Mary tribe basketball? Your maps. Where are they located? William and Mary. College of William and Mary. They are. Oops, that was way far. So they are on the coast, pretty much. But it does not look like they're in here because that is VCU. This is Virginia. That is Hampton, which is not them. So yeah, I don't think William and Mary is in here. So I don't know why my internet is going awful. So their logo is like this. I don't see them. Okay. We're gonna do one more check just to make sure. It's an eagle. Hold on. Hold on. This might be that. I don't think that's them though. Hold on. We gotta look on the map for what that team is. Here's Duke. No, UNC Wilmington. So yeah, here's William and Mary. They're next to Hampton and Norfolk, but on here they are not on here. So yeah. Alrighty, so we will get rid of William and Mary tribe because I don't see them on here. Next team. It's going to be this is funny. UNC Wilmington Seahawks. We know where they're at. They're right here. So really, they can only play against Duke. Excuse me, Duke and Charlotte. So we will spin this wheel, and they will be going up. That looks like Charlotte based off of their logo. Yeah, that's Charlotte. So this is going to be awkward, especially if Charlotte picks up this win for land-wise. So UNC Wilmington. I'm hoping it's UNC Wilmington in the simulation. Yeah, they are. All right, UNC Wilmington against Charlotte. So Charlotte gets a second. It's going to be defending their land this time, as UNC Wilmington will be attacking. And UNC Wilmington shocks Charlotte for a big W, and the Eagles, just like that, are on the board and have taken over Charlotte's land. That's imperialism for you. This is really tough to see. It is imperialism for you. And that deserves a logo adjustment. But yeah, sorry if my energy's not as high. I'm sad and other stuff. It's just sad, and people know this feeling if you've been to college before and you've left your parents. I know some kids are glad to leave home, and at first that's how I was when I was applying. I was like, because sometimes my family members, because I took online school during the pandemic, and sometimes my family members would get a little too loud, and I just couldn't handle it. And unfortunately, that seems to have been a mistake, and I'm paying for my mistake, and I just have to learn from it. Although Miami is a wonderful school, and I just love going going and doing stuff. I mean, it's just amazing. It, it's life. Enjoy every bit of it. I really hope whatever that Spartans team is can get landed on or get attacked, because I hate. Jeez, I am butchering this border. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I am butchering it. Oh my gosh! Okay, well, hopefully, hopefully, UNC Wilmington continues to win, because I don't want to have to worry about fixing any logos, but we will do our best to properly select this logo. That looks properly selected. We will put them right here. We will just expand their logo a little bit. That way they own it. Look bigger. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, so UNC Wilmington moves on. Charlotte is done. Apologies to Charlotte fans. Down to 106 teams left on the wheel. There's a little bit more. LIU Sharks. I don't think they are here, but we will. LIU Sharks. Okay. LIU Sharks. Long Island University. Oh, okay. So they're going to be up here if they're on the map. Which is possible. I cannot tell what that team is. Hold on. Okay. Well, over here. So they must be in this like little awkward area. Unless they're not in here. Long Island University. Yeah, they're right there. I don't see them though on the logo, or logo wise, because there's Wagner. Oh, here they are. They're hidden. So they're next to St. Francis Brooklyn, but I don't believe that they are on here. I cannot tell what this team is. I'm trying to figure out. It's too pixelated for me to see. But there's no way for me to properly see. Which that's gonna suck because yeah, I hear a dog going on or barking in the background. I feel bad because I can't I don't think Long Island's on here because that does not look like their logo. So we'll get rid of them. How about you? But I'm trying to figure out what that one team is. Anyways, Kansas is going to be attacking. We know they have expanded in an awkward way. We will spin the wheel. They will be attacking Northwest based off of their logo. That is Oklahoma State. So Kansas against OSU. It's going to be interesting. Really interesting. Oops, I passed. Kansas against OSU. I'm going to assume they're considered OSU. Or Oklahoma State. Okay, there we go. This could be a big game, but Kansas does have home court advantage. Kansas is eliminated from the tournament, by the way. Kansas does get the win, so they will continue their awkward expansion. Kind of south and west. So congratulations to Kansas. Unfortunately for Oklahoma State, your run is done. Just like that. Kansas State begin their powerhouse improvements. They are now touching Oklahoma, so for Oklahoma, this has to be scary. For Oral Roberts, this also has to be scary. For a lot of teams, this has to be scary because Kansas has got a whole lot bigger. They are not easy. There you go. We'll just expand this. Expand our land ever so slightly. Oops, that was a little too big. You'll adjust near there, near the one area, because I don't want to. As we're slowly cutting off this Kansas logo, which was not my intention. There you go. And there we go. So Kansas, they will continue on their expansion. And Oklahoma State has been eliminated from the tournament. They're not even on here. Next team would be the Lafayette Leopards, which I believe I know where that team is at because I got confused last time. This Lafayette? Yep, here we go. Lafayette Leopards. Which, if you go up here into this newer northeast region, here's the Lafayette Leopards right here. So we will do spin the arrow. Where will they be attacking? That looks like Penn State, and it is going to be Penn State. So Penn State, they can either continue to improve their land, or Lafayette's going to pull off a major upset. We got Lafayette and then Penn State. Oops, I'm going further away. Penn State. Here we go. Penn State against Lafayette. My internet is awful today, it seems like. And Penn State does get the 7-point victory. It was close. Lafayette just couldn't hang in with them. So Penn State will continue their expansion of land, and this is looking good for them, for the Nittany Lions, because they're starting to expand their powerhouse northeast now. It's been all southwest, it's now northeast. For Lafayette, and apologies, but you are done after one. Made it a good game, but Penn State just a little too tough for you to handle. But Penn State and the Big Ten still has teams continuing on. Did not see how Maryland played today. But here we go. Penn State moves on. And Lafayette, they are gone. So next team to play is the Gators. This will be interesting. Gators have most of Florida. And currently Maryland's getting destroyed by Alabama. So the Big Ten, I believe that is all their teams now gone. We have this loss today, besides Michigan State, because Michigan State still has to play. They play against Marquette. But here are the Gators. We'll focus on this. But here we go. The Gators are going to be attacking Southwest, which from their logo that's impossible. So we will spin it again. It will be going northwest, which from their logo that is going to be Troy. So the Troy Trojans. Awkward bit of land mass, but if Florida can win this one, man, they will start to really build an empire. But if Troy can pull off the upset, that would suck because of the amount of board changes that I would have to do. Troy. Here we go, Troy. Court advantage. Submit. And oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Troy got off to a 7-0 lead. And they just went terrible after that. Holy cow. How did Troy win half the time in these simulations? But man. Well, Florida will continue its expansion. Wasn't surprised about that, but I was really shocked how bad of a loss that was for Troy. So, man. Probably not how Troy fans would want their team to go out. But Florida is a powerhouse team, it seems like. And they continue that powerhouse by continuing on their land up to the northwest, outside of Florida. And South Alabama now is probably getting a little nervous. And for the Gators, they will continue their quest for imperialism. And there's a lot of land now, though, that is vulnerable by the Gators that can be attacked by some powerhouse teams. If you're the Gators, you got to be careful. Cannot take any team lightly. They didn't against Troy, but you don't want to take South Alabama lightly or other teams lightly, because you got to Arizona or Alabama State lightly. There you go. There we go. Alrighty. Well, there goes Florida. They own a lot. They own the entire Panhandle now. Own majority of Florida. And Troy has left the game. We're down to 103 entries, which is less than 100, and it should be. UC Santa Barbara, the Gauchos. Are they still alive? They are. Look at the Gauchos. Please, I hope. If Gonzaga plays, I hope Gonzaga wins. I don't want to have to outline all of Gonzaga's land with the Gauchos' land, but it would be pretty funny to get upset on the video with the won't happen because the Gauchos are going up against San Jose State, but it would have been pretty funny. So San Jose State against UC Santa Barbara. UC Santa Barbara is an interesting team. I believe they got destroyed in their first tournament game. So yeah, got it against San Jose State. Where are they? Here they are. And well, it doesn't matter for the Gauchos anymore because San Jose State just dominated their way to a ton of land. So the Gauchos' run is done. And for San Jose State, congratulations. So we will fill in these bits first. That way I don't forget them. Also, I need to make sure. I don't think Hawaii is owned by the Gauchos, but I just want to double check. I believe Hawaii is owned by the Lobos. I will double check just to make sure. That did not look appropriate. Always lovely to outline these little islands. We will just make sure that Hawaii is not owned by. Hawaii is owned by San Diego State. That's what it is. Here we go. San Jose State now controls majority of the coast in California. As the Gauchos' run is unfortunately done just like that. Tried a little too much. They just lost badly. I wasn't expecting their run to be miraculous, but I would have expected them to beat San Jose State. If anything, San Jose State was them, but they were good enough to dominate the Gauchos. And now this leaves San Jose State really exposed to Gonzaga, because the Gauchos were blocking them, and now they are in the firing squad of Gonzaga. So congrats to San Jose State. They're going to have a tough time expanding their land further, but congrats to them nonetheless. For the Gauchos, unfortunately, your run is done. Made some nice moves in the Imperialism, but just weren't good enough to continue on. See, it's a bit awkward up here with this land because it kind of splits Gonzaga's land. It's not going to be easy to. You know what we will do is we'll do this, and we'll finish this outline like this, and we will fill in this area first. Hopefully, I could use the paint bucket to fill this in. That's good enough. I'll just kind of draw over this just to make sure that it's fully filled. There we go. Finish drawing. There we go. So Here's your outline for San Jose State. Kind of expand this. We will make the border a little bit bigger now. Makes it easier to draw when we even further or even make our marker even bigger. But yeah, future for videos because of school. Yeah, I know it's going to be a heavy load to start. It's going to be because I already looked at my schedule. It's going to be a heavy load, and there's no preparing for it because I'd never got any material to prepare for it. So it's going to be interesting to see how heavy of a load it is. So if it's or how bad it is, because if it's not that bad, then I could probably sneak in a Imperialism video here and there. But if it's really bad, then I'm gonna have to focus on school first. School always comes first in my household, and I believe it always comes first. But yeah, so the biggest thing is going to be making sure school comes first. But when I get free time and I don't have anything going on, no work, because I do work at the school, then I will sit down for a couple hours, record a couple videos, and have them out. But as San Jose State, and we will do a logo change because I believe they deserve that. There we go. We will. All we will do is kind of put them in the center right here, and then further expand their logo so they look decent. We will edit this part. There we go. There's San Jose State slant. It looks a little bit awkward, but there you go. We will get rid of the Gauchos. Down to 102 teams left on the wheel. And the Hoyas of Georgetown will be next. Let me see if I can find them if they are not already eliminated, which I believe they are already eliminated. But we will make sure. Georgetown. Here we go, Georgetown. Just want to double check to make sure I know where I'm. So they're up by Maryland. George Mason. Doesn't that look like that's them? No, that doesn't look like a Hoya. I don't believe that's them. So where's George Mason? Here's George Mason. It could be them. So that's George. The GW is George Washington, and next to it is. Let's look this up. Georgetown Hoyas logo. Okay, so that is Georgetown. Okay, so Georgetown, this is them, a small area, very minuscule. Same thing with George Washington. Where will they be attacking? They will be going northeast, which that is Towson, based off the center of their logo. Not UMBC, that is Towson. They are more north than northeast, and that would be UMBC. But yeah, that's Towson. So this is going to be interesting. Towson wins. Well, no, hold on. What is this? This blue has to be Georgetown. This blue has to be Georgetown. So yeah, it's going to be Towson. That has to be Georgetown's land. I just don't remember spinning or doing it. So Georgetown against Towson. I just don't remember playing with them. Georgetown. Here we go. Against Towson. Towson Tigers. Will Towson continue their expansion in the New England region? Yes, they will. A 6-point victory over Georgetown. Close, but then all of a sudden a massive run for Towson. Just got him over the hump. So Towson continues to expand ever so slightly in this region, which could get concerning for teams. They're not a team to mess with, it seems like. Ooh, that is way too big. Let's Control-Z that. Let's do that. It's still big. Oop, and not okay. Well, UMBC's logo is okay. We'll do our best not to cut off George Washington's. There we go. We cut off their logo a little bit, but we had to do something. Where's my... Here we go. There we go. So we'll slightly expand this and finish just coloring in. Yeah, maybe if I settle in nice tomorrow and get everything done that I should get done, then I might record episode 14. But for now, only gonna do one because I also need some sleep. Georgia State. So the Panthers will get another opportunity to attack. Excuse me. They went south last time. Their logo, I feel so awful. Their logo's awful. It's all messed up. Where will they be attacking? They will be going east, which from their logo, that is going to be, I believe it's Mercer. Yeah, it is Mercer. So Mercer going up against Georgia State. That's for a decent amount of land. Not Georgia Southwestern. Georgia State against Mercer. Also a Walking Dead character. Mercer, here we go. Home court advantage to Georgia State, and Georgia State handles Mercer. Never trailed. It was tied at one point, but they never trailed. So Georgia State continues their expansion on east in Georgia. That's a nice little expansion for them. For Mercer, unfortunately, your run is done after that. Congratulations to Panthers. They're slowly becoming something decent in terms of land. Like we said, it's March. Anything can happen. There we go. Now it's time to expand this a little bit. Really expand this land. So apologies to Mercer, but your run is done just like that. For Georgia State, ever so slightly getting their name on the map even more. All it takes is a few expansions, and all of a sudden you're one of the biggest land masses in Imperialism. So the Panthers continue their expansion. Mercer, I don't know if they are on here, but they are done. Which they are not on here, so we're still at 101. Next team to be attacking is the Riverhawks. Now, if I believe correctly, they can... Oh no, they can attack more than just UMass. Thinking of the wrong thing. They can actually attack Providence, this team, and UConn. And UMass, besides UMass. Here we go. That'd be something if UMass loses to UMass Lowell. They're going straight south, a little west. But straight south from their logo is going to be this team. I feel so bad for not knowing what that team is. So we will find UMass Lowell. Here we go. And that is Bryant. So that is Bryant. So UMass going up against Bryant. UMass Lowell going up against Bryant. UMass Lowell went up against Bryant. Let me make sure that that's Brian. Looks like it. It's the only other thing that I could see. Doesn't look like anything else. Yeah, that's Brian's. We will simulate. And Brian's will pull off the victory. It was a close game. But UMass Lowell, they just went on that drought, and Brian was able to take it. So, Minutemen, they won't have to worry about their in-state rivals. I don't know if they're really in-state rivals in real life, but they won't have to worry about them anymore as Brian takes care of business, and they now own a decent chunk of land here in this New England region. There we go. This is a decent chunk of land for Brian's. It's a little big. That might be a little too big. No, I think it's okay. It's not going to hurt much. Yeah. As long as we're not butchering any logos badly, this will be okay. CD. There we go. So Brian, they move on. And UMass Lowell gets us down to 100 entries, which it should be less than that. Oh boy, South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits. We're kind of going all over this episode. Here they are. They could challenge their rivals. We will see who they challenge though. They will not. They will be going further south, which that's going to be Omaha. So this is a battle for a huge chunk of land. And if Omaha does win this one, then they will expand even further north. So South Dakota State, not San Diego State, South Dakota State against Omaha. Where are they at? Or might be Nebraska, Omaha. Yeah, Nebraska, Omaha. And it is the Jackrabbits pulling off the upset they took off at the end of it. That is a huge win for the Jackrabbits, and now they look to be threats now in Imperialism. So once again, more land going away via upsets. So congratulations to the Jackrabbits. To Omaha, you run. Wait, hold on. Omaha lost, right? Okay, yeah. Sorry, I just have that issue sometimes where I lose it. It's also getting late, almost midnight here, Central Time. I'm also gonna have to get back to getting used to Eastern Time. So, good thing about Eastern Time is it does feel like the day goes by a little bit faster. But now we expand on the Jayhawk land. Go. And there we go. So there are the Jackrabbits. Probably expand that a little bit further. Jackrabbits land will continue on. And for Omaha fans, your run is done. It was a nice run. Got some land. Unfortunately, all good things come to an end. And for Omaha, your run has come to an end. But congratulations to Omaha. I was not expecting them to take over Nebraska. I thought Nebraska would have done that. To be fair, Nebraska was not the best this year. There we go. Jackrabbits expand. And for Omaha, they are gone. And just like that, we are under 100 entries. And next is Tulsa, another new team getting to attack. Potentially their only chance of the series, but they're going straight south, a little west. But that's Oral. That's going to be Oral Roberts, based off of the center of the logo. So that's like that way. So Tulsa against Oral Roberts. We will see who wins. Tulsa. Assuming Oral Roberts is in here. Yeah, they're right there. Saying they were a tournament team. They've been tournament teams in the past. And Oral Roberts takes care of Tulsa. It was not really close. So, we asked Oral Roberts, they will continue their expansion. Wasn't really difficult for them. And now they join up with the Jayhawks. So, Jayhawks, we will see what they can do. What's funny though is how Arkansas is next to the Jayhawks now, and Arkansas is the one that knocked out the Jayhawks in the tournament. There we go. Oh, dang it. There we go. And there we go. So Oral Roberts continues on. Tulsa is done. Yeah, I was making sure Oral Roberts did win. Next team to be attacking is Cornell, the Big Red. I don't know if they are on here. I know they are up here, I believe, but we have to double check what that logo looks like. Cornell. I don't know what it is with this map, and having issues. Cornell, Big Red. Where do you play? Where do you play? New York. Ithaca, something, New York. I don't believe they're on here. That's Colgate. I don't see their logo. That's Fordham. That team is going to give me issues because I don't know what the heck that team is. But I don't see Cornell on here, so we will just get rid of it. Oops, not that. This. Next team is going to be Maine Black Bears, which they are already off of the team. That's one of the teams that never saved when we originally did it. And here's Arkansas. Oh boy. Just imagine. Just imagine. Just imagine if we get an Arkansas-Kansas matchup right here. If it's West, it's Kansas Oh my gosh. Straight west. Straight west. Arkansas against Kansas. Rematch of the tournament. Can Kansas pull off the victory here, or will Arkansas win? It is Kansas by blowout fashion. 16-point victory, and Kansas has just gained a ton of land. Holy cow, look at that amount of land. That is a lot of land to expand on. And it is one less red team that I have to worry about with mixing colors. But man, if you're Arkansas fan, if you're an Arkansas fan, you probably are happy that they won in real life. Because this was a big land shift in favor of Arkansas, or in favor of Kansas, which that's a powerhouse team. Really don't want to have to get a shirt off of Amazon from them. That's also another thing that I don't think I mentioned in this episode. Winner of this entire Imperialism, I will buy some apparel, a t-shirt of the winning team off of Amazon. Now, I hope it'll be a tournament team. That way I can get some of their tournament merch. But if not, then I'll just have to get like a cool Nike looking shirt of them. But yeah, so congrats to Kansas. Had to expect that this would have happened, where they will expand, and this is a big expansion. They still have this land up here too. So congrats to Kansas. For Arkansas, your run is done. They had some nice expansions, but fortunately were unable to defend your land properly. You also had home court advantage, so you can't really say anything. You had home court advantage, so just mess with the wrong team at the wrong time. And with this expansion, we will do two more attacks in this episode. So whoever comes out on top after these last two attacks, we will see what it looks like, the map looks like. Also, the Jayhawk doesn't have to smell the Arkansas Razorbacks' butt anymore. I think this land expansion deserves a massive logo size update for Kansas. So we will select our logo. We will just make it bigger. Like that. There we go. There's your logo change for Kansas. For Arkansas, play with too much, and you are done. So the next team to attack is Elon Musk. I don't believe they are on here anymore. We will double check. Where did they play? They play in the Carolina region. Not the Carolina region. Where do they play? It is the Carolina region. They play next to Wake Forest. I don't think they're on here. Where exactly do they play? They play next to Duke. There's HPU. Yeah, Elon, they're not on here anymore. I think they might have actually gotten eliminated by Duke. So, Elon, that's another team that we can get rid of on the wheel. Next team. Still going to do two more. But now it's going to be Duke. So Duke, where will they be attacking? Northwest, which northwest, that is going to be this L team. I saw their logo. They're kind of like that. Yeah, whatever this L team is, which luckily we're near it on the map. It's not Liberty. Longwood. Longwood Lancers, I believe that's what they're called. So Duke against Longwood. Will the Blue Devils continue to expand on their land? Duke against Longwood. Here we go. Assuming Duke's going to take this one, and yeah, 20-point victory. It was close at times, but then Duke, they got away. They got a run at the end. For Duke, they are starting to make themselves known, which they've already made themselves known in real life, but in Imperialism, they are getting there. Oops, got to change it to marker. There we go. Now I'm going to do my best to make sure that this Liberty logo does not get completely destroyed. So we will just do this. I believe I just destroyed the sword from Virginia's logo. There we go. So I will do my best to keep that beak alive. Okay, you know what? I did a decent job keeping it. I'll take it. But for Longwood, I don't know if you're even on the wheel. This counts as a team being eliminated. There we go. The Blue Devils, they are expanding. And they have a small logo, so we will expand their logo. We'll just kind of adjust it and then make it oversize. That way it can cover up that white spot. There we go. So there's Duke's Empire. Longwood is off the map. I don't think Longwood might not even be on here. No. So our last spin of the episode is going to be the Penn Quakers, which they have an interesting landmass. They could play against Towson, Temple, or Villanova, based off of their logo. And for Towson, this would be another interesting expansion for them. And they will be playing against Towson because from that logo, south. Ooh, hold on. Well, no, it's more south. It's more south than southwest. So it's like a south-southwest type of thing. So Penn will be going up against Towson. If Towson loses this, then I feel so bad. I'd feel so bad for them. So they've done all this expansion, and to lose to a team named the Quakers would be hilarious. But the Quakers do get home court advantage, and it's a 1-point victory for Towson. It had to have been a last-second shot. Oh, man. So for Towson, they will continue their expansion, and they could be becoming one of those teams to watch out for. Because, man, they just picked up a nice little chunk of land. And again, their land is interesting, the way it's formatted, but their land is getting expanded a lot. They are attacking and defending a lot in these episodes. Ooh, what the heck? In these episodes. Man, you got to feel for Penn because they did do a little bit of expansions, but they unfortunately weren't able to defend their homeland. For Towson, things get a little bit weirder, and now you're sandwiching Temple in to just two teams that they could play, which is Villanova and Towson, which I honestly believe they could upset Towson. Because the Tigers just beat Penn by 1, right? Let me make sure. Yeah. But man, interesting land for the Tigers. Jeez. And for Penn, you are gone. And that is going to do it for this episode, everyone. We are down to just 93 entries. There's less than that, probably, but we are down to 93 entries. We will take a look at this entire map. I'd say the biggest change was Kansas and San Jose State. Florida did get a nice little expansion. Penn State got a nice little expansion, but we still have a lot of teams to go. But the map is getting a lot easier to read, and that is a good thing, because that means we're getting closer to the end of the series. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys stay safe. Make sure you check out NattyKash's channel. I'll give you a couple more seconds to look at this map, properly set it up. But yeah, hopefully you guys stay safe. Until next time, have a great day and peace.